Hello guys and welcome to Painting Panzers. My name is Christian and today we're going to be taking a look at yet another 172 Italeri German soldier. This particular German soldier is part of the Luftwaffe field division and he is in his nice blue outfit. So I thought outside of the box for this one, I've got loads of these models and I thought I'll do something a little bit different. I'm probably going to do the same with some more of these models with SS uniforms, so do let me know in the comment section if that's something you want to see. But enough of me rambling on, let's get straight into the rest of this video. Now before I get started on this video, I do have a load of 172 painting tutorials, especially for toy soldiers, so please, if you're new to the channel, go and check them out, show me some love and give them a big like and comment, and don't forget that subscription, it really would mean so much to me. Alright, really, we are going to get into this video right now. Now to start, I'm going to give the model a primer. To me, a surface primer light grey, it's just a rattle can, and then I'm going to be giving the uniform a good go of Luftwaffe uniform World War II. So pretty much is exactly what it says on the tin. We're going to get that nice blue uniform that's going to be really good for our Luftwaffe field division or the Luftwaffe ground troops or potentially some sort of Luftwaffe pilot. But yeah, it's going to work really nicely for the colour we need for that nice blue uniform. Now for the mine, I'm going to be painting that in khaki. Obviously, you're probably not going to be painting too many engineering sort of equipment mines and such with your Luftwaffe field troops. But you know what, I thought I'd paint it in that. But I'm also going to paint the MP40 pouches in this colour as well as his bread bag on the back there. You could probably paint that blue too, but you don't want to make the whole thing blue, so we're going to paint it that colour, and then we're going to be using US dark green for his gas mask canister. I'm going for more of a late war sort of look to this particular model, so where equipment and such was shared between the various divisions and units and different types of I don't know what you would call that, like army and navy and such. And then black grey is what I'm going to be using for any metal item. So obviously he's got an MP40, probably holding in a very odd position, but he's got an MP40 nonetheless. So be painting it in that colour. I'll also be painting the belt buckle in that colour as well as the top of his canteen. Now for his webbing, from what I've seen, Luftwaffe field troops used a brown leather, so I'm going to be using German camo medium brown. I've also seen black leather being used before as well, but I think brown leather is going to look better on this model, so I'm going with brown leather. I'm also going to be using this German camo medium brown for his chin strap, as well as the little notches on his MP40 pouches. Then English uniform is what I'm going to be using to finish off his canteen. So just like the material that's over the canteen there, it makes for a nice colour. And then finally, I'm going to be using black for his boots. So as you can see, his boots go up quite high. They're more of the early war style boots from my understanding, but that's okay. They're also pictured in the late war aspects of the war as well. So that's what we're going to do. And then no oil and LUFTWAFFE medium from Warhammer at a 1:1 ratio. So you can see the wash is a black wash, but it's actually it's not as sharp. And I'm just applying that all over the figure. Just making sure it doesn't pull on any of those flat surfaces, and then let it dry for a good couple of hours. Once it's dry, you can then hit it with Luftwaffe uniform and German camo beige at a 1:1 ratio. And you can see here that I'm just picking out all those bits of details and leaving that original washed base colour in the recesses. So I'm painting around the pockets on the tunic there, but leaving that shade colour on the edge of the pocket where it meets the rest of the tunic. And you can see I'm just adding a nice little line between each button and then just doing the same with the pockets on his breast there. And just doing the back there. Lovely colour, makes it a nice worn looking blue colour, which is perfect for what you want. And then using that same colour, grab a dry brush and just dab on some of that paint on his helmet. Do it this way because it's going to give you a nice worn helmet. Now for any of the khaki areas, I'm going to be using khaki and stone grey at a 1:1 ratio. And you can see the great thing about these toy soldiers, you can see that the details are quite raised, so it makes painting very easy because it's obvious what needs to be painted and what needs to be left in the sort of shadows. Same with the bread bag, just scratching on some detail there, giving a little bit of sort of getting all those pockets and stuff, those creases, leaving all of them with the original wash colour, and then the same with those pouches. Now we're going to give the canteen a good go of English uniform and German camo beige World War II at a 1:1 ratio, and just following the exact same process as before, just scratching it all in. So it's really important you do that, you scratch it in, you don't just put a big blob of paint on there, and it just gives you a lot more control and a bit more room for error. And then US dark green and German camo beige at a 1:1 ratio for those dark green areas, so in this case the canteen. Lots of little lines and such that you need to try and capture if you can, so don't have too much paint on the paintbrush just in case you apply a little bit too much pressure. Now black grey and basalt grey is what we're going to be using for those metal areas. Again, lots of detail in these MP40s. If these toy soldiers didn't have such terrible excess bits of plastic and such on the side, they would make for some fantastic models. And then basalt grey is what I'm going to be using for like a highlight. So you can see I'm just adding in a nice little line on the handle there and on the trigger, and just all the various aspects of that MP40 are getting just a little bit of a line there. Same with the magazine here. Just really focus attention on the areas that are raised and you want the eye to be drawn to. And then for the webbing and that medium brown leather colour, I'm going to be using German camo medium brown and orange brown at a 1:1 ratio. And you can see here, just adding in a few little lines, probably on each outer edge of those bits of webbing. And just trying to get in, just make it look a little bit brighter, but not going too over the top where it just looks like a pure orange. Okay, so you can use basalt grey and London grey at a 1:1 ratio just to really make that belt buckle look a lot more silver and really stand out a lot more. Then for the flesh, I like to use AK Interactive. I say it all the time, but Vallejo obviously have some offerings as well, but AK Interactive is my go-to for flesh at the minute. But obviously as painters we know that can change very quickly, so I'm sure one day it might change. But for now it's AK Interactive is what we'll be using. And once you've given that time to dry, just apply a flesh wash over that. Now this is a Vallejo wash, it's a nice pinky red wash. Just apply that over all of the skin areas, so the hands and the face and such. And just give it a little while to dry, but whilst it's drying you can use fern green for his insignia on his collar there. It's just a nice little square of green on each side, depending on what department in the Luftwaffe you want to do, but I think this is great for what I'm trying to go with. And then that wash takes no time at all to dry, like literally 5 or 10 minutes. So I then move back onto the light flesh because it's still wet on my palette, and I just apply that underneath the eye sockets and on the nose. I connect the cheeks and the chin together, do the top of the brow there, ear if you can see it, the neck, the hands, the fingers, but just leaving that original washed colour in the recesses. And then repeating the exact same process but with light flesh and highlight flesh. However, you're not doing the full allotment, so you're just doing a line on the chin, a line underneath the eye socket and between the nose and the sort of mouth. Don't connect that area in the chin together. Do a little line on each eyebrow, a little line on the tip of the ear if you can see it, and then you're happy. And then it's all about adding detail, so I'm using white grey for some of the details. I put a helmet sort of insignia on there, and then doing it on his collar, not his collar, on his shoulder tabs there. And then to finish him off, I'm going to give him this sort of traditional German hair of that like a blonde colour. I know that's really stereotypical, but why not? And then to finish him off, I'm going to be using a nice light blue just for his buttons. And then he is all done, all good to go, looking really, really good. Probably not 100% accurate, obviously, it might be a little bit different in terms of equipment and such, but I've wanted to paint something a little bit different, think outside of the box, and these Italeri Germans are pretty good to do that with. So let me know in the comment section if you've enjoyed it, if you're going to take up something similar, perhaps get yourself some nice Luftwaffe troops for your gaming table or your scale models. dioramas. But yeah, let me know. I would really love to hear from you. Now, I must say a huge thank you to all of my Patrons and YouTube channel members. You guys are absolute champions, and a special mention, as always, goes out to those Panzer Aces. So that's Patrick, Oscar, James, Panzer Jim, Colin, Like a Foresight Gaming, Mike, Mikey, Eric, Rothgard, Jonathan, Ian, and Adam. You guys are all champions. My God, that list is getting long, so I do apologise for this 10-second segment. But yes, I must thank you all. You guys are all awesome. Thank you so much. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it here. Don't forget to leave me a comment below, and until then, I will catch you at the next one.